This is the K-Pop Cast, and in this week's episode, we're going back to the hottest, sexiest island on Netflix, Singles Inferno, Season 4. Season finale.
Yeah, we also share Hey Replays from Chungha, and Jisoo.
Hey, but before we get into those topics, don't forget to join the K-Pop Cast listener fam on Slack and help chip in for our editing costs. Links to those in the episode description. Special thanks to Lady Sensa and Liz Cook for supporting with contributions.
And now for some hit replays. I'm Peter Lowe.
I'm Stephanie.
And I'm your PD Michaela, guys, and Hey Replays are our K-pop song recommendations for the week. Peter, kick us off. What is your hit replay for this week?
Chungha and her target demographic, the girls and the gays, are back for this song. They are living, as the kids would say, for stress. That's the name of the song. Not that they live for stress. So if you didn't already know, Chungha is a South Korean singer, dancer, and choreographer. She was the girl who finished 4th in Produce 101. Actually, that'll be relevant to today's discussion. She was also a member of the resulting group, IOI. And she's been with a lot of labels over the years. And we were rooting for her, and then she let us down. But she's back, and she's back with the thing that we love her for, which is gay anthem tracks and songs. And that's why this song, Stress, is a hit replay for me. Because it's just I don't know. It's like Ariana Grande's Yes and I made a mashup of that song, and it works perfectly. And it's just, I don't know, it's just really fun. It's got that EDM beat, well, still that limp wrist, flair.
Yes, work it, Peter.
To it. So, yeah, I don't know, not much to say. Dancing's on point. It's really incredible.
As usual.
Yeah, and that was, again, like you said, Peter, she is truly, genuinely targeting her main demographic. She mentioned in her interview on Daesung's YouTube channel that she listened to the criticism from her last few releases and the fact that a lot of her title tracks that she had previously come out with lacked voguing, or and
that's the critique.
And so I know my fans want more voguing, so I'm going to do voguing now for this whole album, which I feel like voguing is kind of like a key word there.
The people have spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she understood the assignment. All right, kick us off, Stephanie.
My hit replay is also from Queen Chungha and her latest album. It is the first track, Creepin'. I started listening to the album a few days ago. I think it's pronounced Alivio. Alivio. Has anyone heard her say it out loud? I think it's Alivio. But Creepin', when I heard this sexy R&B track, I just thought, thank you, Chungha. This is what I've been waiting for. This is exactly what I was hoping you would put out when you joined Jay Park's More Vision project. I was really hoping for more sexy, mature R&B. I know Chungha has it in her. I know she's got that sexy, naughty side to her. And with lyrics including, boy, shut up and get on top, I was like, ooh, it's hot in here, clutching my pearls. And I'm just body rolling to the whole track. I really enjoy it. It's a great song to start the album off with. And I looked at the credits and I see that the lyrics are written by none other than Bay Area R&B native Tui Tran. Everybody check her out. And
didn't they do a song together? Tui
didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Chungha went to, or rather, Tui went to Korea and then they shot their
Hair Down
together.
remix.
Yep.
Yes. Tui Hair Down remix. Yes. So yeah, I think they're a great pair. Bay Area represent. This is grown and sexy vibes. Check it out.
I misheard it as Chungha wanting to be on top, girls on top and all that.
Oh
and,
no, the first line is she wants to get on top. And then the second round in the lyric is boy get on top.
Oh, new positions. Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
they're switching. Verse.
Okay. Because that makes sense. Following her song "Bicycle," she wants to write it. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. That she wants to be on it. Yeah. Right. So we're learning a lot about our favorite girl. Anyways, Michaela, take it away. What's your hit replay?
Yeah,
Third Chungha song.
I did not understand the assignment.
You didn't get the memo that it's all Chungha?
Apparently. My hit replay this week is actually Jisoo from Blackpink and her song Earthquake.
It hits me like an earthquake. 빠르게 my heart race. 온몸이 떨려 can't stand. 널 부정할 수 없게. I think I'm
To be very honest, this was my hit replay because it sounds like if Jisoo worked with SM producers, because it is. Because in this whole EP, a more montage, like she's finally working with producers that aren't Teddy, and I love it for her. And she actually even has her own little producer credit, so she was actually involved in these songs, which I think is why I like them so much. Like it sounds more like she's giving something versus what she was given, I think, with her first release, Flower, in 2023.
That's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels more like her and what she wants to do.
Yeah,
versus trying to make something work that was placed onto her. Yeah.
You said Teddy Park produced this song?
No,
Earthquake?
Teddy produced her debut single, Flower.
Okay.
But Teddy is nowhere to be seen on this album.
Because I was going to say, it does not sound like Teddy Park.
No.
We know he has a signature sound.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing.
A very good thing. And even Jisoo herself, she was like, to be honest, when it comes to like my solo stuff, I really have no idea what to do. Like, I don't even know what people want from me.
That's
real. And so for this debut EP, she really just kind of focused on, love and like love songs and in both Korean and English. So she's still maintaining her level of like international pop queen from Blackpink, but still, trying to figure out who she is and what she thinks people want from her. And so far, this is great. I really wish this no notes so far.
No notes.
I like the drop on the song in particular, and then it has like this like post chorus that kind of like interrupts the rhythm that you get with the drop, and I think that works as well, even though it is like very different. She looks really different in the music video in terms of like the way they stylized her. Mm-hmm. It almost looks AI generated to an extent of like, hey, show me what a beautiful Korean girl looks like, and AI generated it.
There is to the music video. There are so many visual effect shots in this whole music video. I wouldn't like literally the whole thing looks processed, but like in a good way. Like there's nothing in the music video that really like takes me out of it where I'm like, oh, they're just trying to do something with CG. It all looks really good.
Yeah. Well, no, they actually stylized her that way because I was watching one of the live music shows. Mm-hmm. She had her makeup just like in the music video.
Yeah. So, in the SBS performance.
Yeah. I think she looks better without, though. Truthfully.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sorry, off topic. Did anyone see Lisa on White Lotus last
White
night.
Lotus. Oh, I haven't watched it. I saw her on the poster though.
Oh, you see her forehead. I was like, wow, I haven't seen that in a while.
It's just a comment on like how her styling in that show was much different than how we've seen her before.
I mean, she's acting and she's doing her character well, from what I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, so that's it for my hit replay. So let's move on to the main event. The reason we have gathered here again, we have to talk about the end of Singles Inferno season 4.
I've been waiting for you. 왠지 머리카락 주변만으로 들리지 않던 난 beautiful.
Yeah, we are devoting not one but 2 episodes to Singles Inferno season 4.
Maybe
Yes.
too many episodes. I don't know.
We were thinking of doing 3, but we were like, all right.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
keep
I
it
think
cute.
Two is the right amount.
Mhm.
All right. Well, where do you guys want to start? I have a bunch of notes on like everything.
Start with the theme song, the banger.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Do, 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 do.
That's a banger song. That was almost my hit replay for this week.
I've been
Honest to God.
waiting for you. It's actually not bad. I need the full song actually in my library.
Oh, I'll give it to you. We'll
Oh,
drop
thank
it in
you.
this episode. Yeah, so you
Yay.
can use it in the editing, Stephanie. But
yeah, but
man.
let's share it with the fans too.
Oh yeah, okay, we'll drop it in the Slack. But that theme song is so good, and I don't care that they overused it. You know, this season because it just worked.
It just
Like
keeps on giving.
What is it, like the first, I want to say like 16 beats of the song, you know, you just drop that into any situation and it works.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, if you want to, there's something like dramatic,
You want to just raise
drama
tension
could-
slightly.
you just drop that beat in. And I liked it. There was like a post-show interview where, who was it? Jun Seo said like, oh, you know, I almost went to the Paradise with Jungsu, and then they dropped the sound. Like, it's like boys love
Yeah, boy
you
love.
know,
Yeah.
drama. But
Oh, man.
it just works so well in so many occasions. And I am, honest to God, even going to try to play it like in the club and like see if people get
Ooh,
it. Just,
see if
just
they
like
recognize
tease it. Just maybe I'll do like a redrum
A
on
club
top of it.
remix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would love to see people's reaction. So, what are our final thoughts of? Okay, so first of all, spoiler alert for everyone: the finale
Yes.
has been broadcast on Netflix, so we're gonna be just totally spoiling the ending and everything in between. What are our quick final thoughts?
Peter, you go first.
Final thoughts. This show should not have been called Singles Inferno. It should have been called Cian's Paradise. And,
Yes. Yep.
like Island of Sims or whatever. Like, honestly, it was
Island
like,
of Sims.
I encourage all listeners, if you've watched Singles Inferno, make sure you go check out the Instagram account. I'm trying to pull it up right now. It's like Singles Inferno Facts or something. Hang on, let me find it. But it's like a treasure trove of like information and Singles Inferno Data is the name of the account. And they break down things like who had the most screen time? Sia. Like 20% of the entire show was all her face, you know, on the show. And guess who held the record across all 4 seasons of Singles Inferno for going to the to Paradise the most?
Really?
It was Cian. Yeah. By like,
What?
hang on, let me see if I can find
By
that
a lot?
stat. Oh, by a lot. Yeah. It was like, let's see. What was the stat? She went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
6 times. She didn't spend a single night in Inferno.
No, at the end they did, right? Didn't they?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
When
just-
no one went to Paradise at the
Jeez.
end, but yeah.
Wow, so more than Jia and Sugi and those other like Queen Bee girls, huh?
Yeah. No, the next highest with Minkyu, who went.
Oh, yeah, one of the
1,
guys,
2,
yeah.
3, 4, 5.
Oh, that's funny. I would never would have thought, but that makes total sense considering
Hey.
his season.
Yeah, the next highest female was Minji, who went 1, 2, 3,
Minji.
4 times.
Minji?
Yeah, from
Ooh.
season 3.
Oh, wow. Mm.
Yeah, Singles Inferno data. Check it out, y'all. While we're on the topic of Singles Inferno data,
Yes.
Jong Theo,
Yeah.
who, by the way, like is like ultimate green flag dude, and like I would argue like best boy, you know, for this season by a long
Sure,
shot. He gained the most Instagram followers.
Oh, I bet he
the
did.
show.
Okay,
So
okay.
He gained over 500,000 Instagram followers since the show.
Okay, he's going to find his match.
Yeah. So what is his? Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Like just how many followers he gained each week. But I was trying to. There was a stat somewhere.
I mean, are we surprised with like everything that he threw at Sion? Like all the little events, all the little flower gifts, all the little like just all the little devotions that she showed to show that he was never wavering even for a second once he decided that she
He
was his
is
girl.
second lead syndrome. in a
Oh,
nutshell.
absolutely. He is second lead K-drama syndrome to
yeah.
the max.
Right.
And that was epitomized, and he was like epitomized also as the best boy at that moment when Sion like pulled him aside and let him go to let him know like, hey, I finally stopped being like an indecisive bitch and like the evil villain of the show, and decided to finally let you go and talk to you. Let me be the one to tell you rather than you hearing indirectly. And then the way Teo like accepted that and said like, I have no regrets about what I did, and you know I'm feeling richer for the experience and all that. Like, oh my god! Like,
And he
I felt
also
hard for him.
he even asked. He was like, "Hey, did all my flirting recently make you uncomfortable at all? I'm sorry." I was like, "Whoa, above and beyond." Because yeah, like it could have come off that way.
Yeah,
Right.
it demonstrated like a really
thoughtful.
strong sense of like self-awareness as well. Like, you know, obviously he was hamming it up.
Yeah.
But it was a very fair question to ask. Like, you know, like,
Right.
hey, did that make you feel like I was spending too much attention on you? Which we've heard from, by the way, girls from other previous seasons, especially like the alpha female. Like, oh, they're just coming on to me too strong. But I truly, sincerely hope Teo like finds love and gets the girl that he deserves, because Cian doesn't deserve him. None of the girls. Well, maybe Tan Sana.
Tan Sana, which is not a real name. Beijian.
Jiyoung. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, going back to Instagram stats,
Yeah.
Teo, if you look at the Instagram followers of all of the Singles Inferno contestants, he's actually ranked number 4. So that's also like take that into perspective. Like take that in context of like the independent fame of each of the members. So
Yeah.
predictably, Gia from season 1,
Yeah.
she's number 1 on most Instagram followers at 4 million.
What
And
about
then
Dex?
Dex, he's at number 2 at
Yeah.
2 million.
Okay.
And
That
then
makes sense.
Choi Haesun from season 3, she's at 3 at 1.7 million. And
really?
then Teo is at 1.6.
Come on,
basically.
Teo.
So like I think he like given this trajectory, he's you know on the rise, and I
He's
hope
gonna
he gets
win
better.
at life.
I hope he gets better acting gigs. I hope he gets better brand deals. Like I want nothing but success for my boy. Sorry, I'm like fanboying hard for him.
I see.
No,
that.
it's okay. We love it. We love it.
Yeah.
And I think also something we haven't mentioned is like one his green flag relationship with the way that he talks to Sion, but also like the way that he talked to the other male contestants. I think like that one-on-one that he had with Junso. I think even the panel pointed it out that we've never really had that kind of conversation of like two dudes who are both going after the same girl being very open and honest with each other about how they're feeling.
Yeah, I'm gonna go full steam ahead, Leo. Man to man. It was cute.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like as a man, as a straight man, it still felt like it didn't make either party feel better. Like, you know, if I was in either of their shoes, like it's not something that's going to make you feel any better. I think a lot of that could have gone unsaid, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so you would rather have the intentions be hidden and you don't know
I don't think I guess no, you're right, Stephanie. It's better to like be honest about your intentions, but
Sure.
I
Especially you're
guess
sleeping
just,
in the same room with this guy.
yeah. To some degree, it just felt like, let me
Like flex on you, like alpha
a
on you.
little bit of that, and then just a little bit of let me show how chivalrous I am in front of the camera, and then like the host be like, oh, he's a decent human being. Let me give him like undue praise for that, for like being a male and doing like the expected minimum for like what a female might do.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other like summarizing thoughts about this season compared to other seasons? Yeah, I do think Xi'an got like way too much screen time. I couldn't really get invested and get to know the other women on the show, which was sad.
I was so disappointed by how many model we had
Model.
as a profession.
Yeah.
Like when the fourth one said like, oh, I'm a model. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God. Like I was going to like throw something at the TV at that moment. Like I was like, come on, casting directors. It turns out actually, it's actually even worse than you think.
Oh.
So a lot of the guys, like the narcissistic personality DJ dude, like
Taekwon.
Taekwon.
was Taekwon. Sorry, I can't pronounce the name.
I love
It's
your
okay, it's okay.
nicknames for them.
You use the nickname and we'll follow up with who you're actually talking about.
Okay, sounds good. Anyway, he was a model, like until recently. That's how he can afford his like indulgent. I want to be a house, scenester. Let me take the most mediocre EDM genre that has like the least personality.
Wow.
Which was like indicative, quite frankly, of him. Like and
Dang.
sorry, like not to go off on like too much of a tangent right now, but like I hated how he was like in his intro.
Yeah.
Like immediately I was like, oh, in my mind when I'm seeing his like intro when he goes to Paradise for the first time, I'm like, he's already on the good boy camp, right?
Sure.
And I'm like, oh, I love this couple. They're not taking advantage of each other. No
Right.
like power dynamics that they're flexing on each other. Just being honest with their intentions.
He's just
and
into
motivations.
her.
And then he, says like, oh, I'm a DJ. I'm like, I can see it. He definitely looks like one. Us DJs
Yeah.
are very introverted.
Haha.
And then he says, and then I want to create this house scene, which is like unknown in Korea. It's like, dude, like, have you seen the house scene in Korea? Like, it was already big without you. Like, it's it's already big in Korea. Two, like, EDM, like how, like of the spectrum of like EDM genres, like house is like the most like vanilla, of them. And then three, he says like, oh, well, I want to be the one
Yes.
known for bringing this.
There
forward.
it is.
And I, want to be respected,
There it
for
is.
being the one for creating this club and this dynamic and being the DJ.
You're right.
And it's like him saying like, I want to cultivate this community and create this scene and then make it about me means you cannot create the scene. Like these things are like mutually exclusive with each other. So like if you truly want a house scene in Korea, you don't make it about you.
Yeah.
Like and that
You create
bad
a
boy,
space and
like-
get out of the way.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
like, lift
right.
up others, right? Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it is to create a scene, right? And so anyway, that was a turning point for me. Sorry, I know.
No, yeah, I was wondering what you thought. Yeah, once I heard that he was a DJ, I was like, ooh, I wonder what Peter thinks of him now. And in the latter episodes, when he really just starts telling on himself, sadly, and Baejian is just like, what am I hearing? This is terrible. I think God, I feel so
Do you
bad
have
for
any
her.
questions for me? And then he's like, as soon as I think when I'll let you know, it's like, wow.
Wow.
What a douchebag.
Wow.
Like,
See, this is so hard for me because the last episode I talked about how I was like so like they were my number one couple, like
Same.
Jiyeon and Taewon,
Same.
and I was like,
Well, that was
I'm
before
so
he started
excited
talking.
for them, my underdogs. And then he starts,
Then he starts
lying.
opening his mouth.
and then he starts opening his mouth, and he like the first kind of things that they start connecting on, where he's like, oh, I'm so devoted when I'm in a relationship, like. What does that even mean to you? Because clearly devotion just means, oh, I'm going to pick this person because right now she's my only option and I'm not going to pick anybody else. Because
pretty
again,
much.
That's real.
I don't have any other options.
Because no one else is into him.
Nobody else is into him. And he doesn't even give when he's given the chance to go to paradise with someone else, he throws it away for somebody who did not want to go to paradise with him. He did what Wonnig did in season 3. He traps her in paradise.
Trapped in paradise. Dang.
So she can't go anywhere. She can't even find another option, even if she wanted to.
Well,
that's another theme I think of the season. Look, maybe it's not of the season, but quite frankly, after watching 4th season of this, I finally became fully aware, cognizant of it.
Yeah.
But there's this aspect of agency and choosing who you want to be picked versus being held captive.
yeah.
And Sian, that was very much her case, right? Like she was held captive in paradise, sure. But like, you know, there was a lot of girls, right, that or possibly guys like Dong Ho, right? Like with the CPA dude. Like
He was kind of like the Sion equivalent for the guys, where he had the most girls going after him.
Because he was like genuinely a nice guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you know, picking someone is also a matter of blocking, you know, their options.
Yes.
And their agency. And that way can come off as being very selfish.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, I do believe that, you know, for example, Junseo probably picked Xian in the second time in order to block Jungsu from getting her.
Oh, absolutely.
Not because he actually wanted to go to paradise at all, but because he didn't want Jungsu to get her. Those two, their competition was so gross.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about another 180. Like Junsu was my boy, right?
Jungsu, the low voice guy.
Excuse me,
Cafe dude or
Junsu.
soldier dude?
Junseo?
Junseo.
Yeah.
The artist.
Long hair.
Man.
Okay, yeah.
Misunderstood her artist boy.
Sure.
Anyway, so like he was my boy our last episode, but like, oh my god, he's like at the bottom of the list right now. Maybe next to narcissistic personality disorder DJ guy. But Jungsu, like, it doesn't get off my clean slate off my book either. Like,
oh no,
he was not honest.
No,
you know,
he
with
wasn't.
the girls, he
From
was
the
leading
beginning
them on too much.
Yeah.
And he was like gaslighting them too. So.
Totally. To the end, like he wants to leave the door open with everyone as long as possible. He likes the attention, and that's just like not right. We have limited time on this show, dude.
I think where it was most offensive with Jungsu is the way he treated Park Hae-lin.
Yeah.
The girl who came in mid-season.
Yes.
Because he was like eating her up, right?
Oh,
He was
yeah.
Like, oh, you're my perfect
You're my
type.
Ideal type. Yep.
Yeah. And then just going cold turkey on her immediately right after.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, because he was trying to keep the door open for Sion. And then he was like, oh, shit. You know, I actually, this is going to get out. I need to control the narrative.
Yeah, he's the politician of the show.
Let me tell each of these girls I can't go multi, and I'm just going to go number 1 Sion. But, like, that was after, you know, already he had done all this, like.
Yeah, it was almost the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what, right. I guess we should keep it to second half of the episode. But yeah, then when Xian finally picked him in was it the last Paradise round?
The last Paradise.
Yeah,
The last Paradise round. She had him on her mind and gave him that chance, and he was pouting like a little boy, like about, well, you put your head on Junso's shoulder. Just like came right out saying possessive stuff and folding his arms, and it's like, oh my god. Xian does not belong to you, dude. On this show, people are dating multiple people. And okay, Xian does the same thing with others. But I just thought it was really rich that Jungsu likes to keep the door open with everybody, but like tried to, you know, gotcha Xian on her behavior. Come on, man.
Even Yujin. Poor Yujin. Like, he
Yeah.
just takes her to paradise just so... What? For what? Like...
Have a good time.
Yeah, I switched on Yujin at the end. At first, her voice was so annoying, But
It's still
then
annoying.
as she went on about her ways and like just the way that she was interacting with everybody and how cause she was really like just trying to have a good time, and
I think
it was
she was
just so
she got
unfortunate that
humbled in the first.
yeah, when she even
she
like
definitely
tried
did.
with Jong-hoon
Yeah.
when they went to paradise together, and she was like trying to have a really intimate connection. It just still wasn't working out just because of his like, what was it, tour guide personality is what they called it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was horrible. And next we'll do this. All right, let me stop this conversation and try to finish the night. And then snore
Yeah,
on you.
he just wants to do all the paradise
Which is-
activities.
Which is so unfortunate because, like, especially when he came in and like he first started interacting with her. I don't know. I don't know if you caught this, Stephanie, but like the way that he spoke to her, like he had such like he matched her aegyo, like he matched her
Yes.
her vibe so well.
I
It's
remember.
like when they were in Paradise, when they were in the Inferno, I was really hoping that they might end up together, but no, he picked someone else.
Of course.
Yeah. By the way, that last date with Sion and Chung-soo, Sion was talking about like, oh well, the moments where was able to choose, I picked you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well,
I just wish she was more decisive though.
Just be
I felt
honest.
Like, yeah, she kind of led him on. She wasn't. It sounds like she already made her decision before even going out to Paradise with him
Yeah.
at the end.
Sure. Yeah. I think we have a classic case with Xian, and like we see this as a theme with the alpha girls, like every season. The theme of them wanting to appear like a good person, but they secretly are really attracted to like toxic masculine behavior on the inside. They
Oh,
they act like they're not, and they try to like police it, in front of others or whatever, but they can't help it. They're like injected in my veins. Throw me over your shoulder, Junso. Oh my god. Like she loves that he's a beast, but then when he's like calling her ya,
Yep.
she's like,
That's good.
"Oh, be more gentle with me." Shut up. You like this. You want someone like this. You want the K-drama fantasy where you get to tame the beast.
Ooh,
I can fix
yes.
him.
I can fix him, and I want him to be a beast in the streets, but I don't know. It's just unrealistic, and it's confusing, it's frustrating, and it's rooted in toxic gender role stuff. It's so clear.
Yeah, I hated that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That pronunciation and like
Yara, yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, you guys actually know Korean, but like I noticed he kept using that yeah kind of question with her, and then he never said her by name, despite her telling him multiple times. And I feel like it was like a power move for him to kind of like show like you still have to seduce me, girl, because I'm in power here. And then I kind of hated the way he like leaned over her in bed. Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the ladies like that, but
I
like,
just think she loved it.
yeah.
I think she loves the beast.
Oh yeah, with K-drama goggles, that scene was amazing.
Oh my
when
God.
they were in bed together, which
For
was I
television?
feel like the most intimate bed scene we've ever seen in the in Singles Inferno.
I think so.
But we've had other couples in bed together,
But
in
not
previous
like
seasons.
that.
But not quite like that.
Yeah, where they're under the sheets together and you can't really see what's going on. You can kind of fill in the blanks with your imagination.
But we had that in season 1 with Taylor Dude and Sports Fitness Girl, and sorry, I don't remember anyone's
Wow.
names. And we also had that in, I want to say season 2 or season 3, where one of the nice guys
Well,
was.
someone was giving someone else a massage in season 1, but it wasn't. I don't know. It didn't have this this kind of tension, the sexual tension of this.
Like going into it.
I'm going in. I'm moving in on you, kind of thing. So I'm totally with you. like just knowing the toxicity in their dynamic, I'm like, ugh. But for
Right.
television, oh my God, chef's kiss.
Great
It was
television.
funny seeing the after show interviews and recordings where the entire cast watched that scene, and like all the girls blew up. They're all like,
Oh,
"Ah!
yeah.
Oh my god!" I'm so grossed out by it. I don't know. I'm just bothered by toxic alpha, really machismo masculinity
Yeah.
stuff.
I had a feeling that he's like that, but he behaved like the way that he held Xian's feelings so gently in like earlier in that Paradise Day. I was impressed, but I had one eye open. Like, is this an act? Is he gonna mess up? Is he gonna like take this for granted and get greedy about this? Because she was crying about her feelings for other dudes, and he was like, I'm fine, I'm cool with this. I'm, cool as a cucumber. You can come to me, you can cry to me about other men. I'm like, no, come on, man. You're not really like that. But
I was
oh
yeah, I'm right there with you, Stephanie. Like I felt the same way. I was like, oh wow, this guy is really being thoughtful and considerate. Like he's recognizing the reality of the situation of Sion being like just flooded, right? Her
Yeah.
like RIP her inbox, right? She's got like
yeah.
all these guys after her, and so he's kind of figuring out. Well, given that scenario, what's the best way to like broach this and like
Yeah.
validate these feelings of this reality that she has? And
And
I
he
was
said the
also
right
impressed with
things.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I was like, wow, I was taking notes.
Yeah.
Like how to be. He emerged as the mature, like oppa.
Right.
But
Can we talk about editing of the show?
please,
Like,
go ahead.
again, this is like one of those things where, like, yes, it was like probably present strongly seasons 1 through 3, and like I just feel like I really felt it this season. But just the way they stretch out any sort of confirmation to leave you hanging as like long as possible seemed to be like
Oh, yeah.
an editing tenet or principle. Like, oh, is there a way we can suspend confirmation by showing the scene again, by showing the host reaction again, then showing the scene, then showing that shot from another angle, and then getting
Yes.
the post interview about that moment before showing what actually happened in that scene.
Over
It
it.
seemed like they were trying to stretch that tension out as long as possible, and I think it came a little too close to the sun at times, but I still live for that tension, and that's why I love this show in general,
Yeah.
just because it's all those small things like, oh, he put his hand on my back when I was walking behind him on the kitchen or something, like, and like it's all those small moments
Yeah, the
that
editors
speak
catch those.
volumes in like the relationships and each of those touch points that I really like about this show, but it did just feel, I want to say, at most 3 times drawn out this season. I don't know if you guys
Yes.
had any thoughts on the editing.
Definitely agree. I mean, I had my finger on the 10 second fast
Oh, the Fast
forward.
forward.
I was like, all right, I already saw it. I get it. Fast forward like 2 minutes to get past all the replays.
Right, because it would be so much more effective if this season wasn't so predictable. Because it's like it's holding on moments where I'm like, I know who she's gonna pick. I know she's gonna pick Jongsu. I know she's gonna pick Junso. Like I know, we already knew this even before Hurricane Halen came in.
Oh yeah.
That where all of these kind of relationships were going to land with the girls and the guys this season.
Yeah.
So it's because it was if there was a little bit more of like a shakeup in these relationships that were established in the first 4 episodes, maybe those moments would have been a little bit more effective, and I wouldn't be like hitting my screen to tap forward 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think those like mid-season disruptors didn't disrupt as much as
They
they have in
didn't.
previous seasons. They both
We haven't
kinda
seen
felt-
another Dex show up and
Yeah.
like steal everybody. I mean, you have to be on his level, I guess.
But Haylin though, she tried. Like she
Oh, yeah,
she
she
is
did.
I
my
give her
best girl.
props.
Like
Yeah.
she
too.
was the most, like she came in and really like flipped the whole culture. Like especially when they're sitting around the table
Oh,
and she's sitting
언니들.
around all the 언니들, all
those
their sister.
fighting words.
I was like, that was mic drop. I had
Yeah.
to pause. I had to recover from this burn that
Yo.
she just said.
That was the scene that I did like seeing all the female reactions.
Yes.
to her dropping that.
Xi'an
Like-
just like, oh, I feel drained and tired. I need to leave the table. Like the alpha female got rocked by that.
Yeah, like that was such a moment in like it's like Jessie being like, we're not a team. This is a competition. Like she was
Yes.
like, I'm not here to make friends with you. I'm here to be your competition.
Yeah. I think she was my favorite on the first day, like the first 2 days, and then she started showing some immaturity, I thought, when
Yeah.
the guys like predictably went back to care for the women they had at home in Inferno. She was like, huh. She kind of, I don't know. I think if she had kept it a little cooler, if she had played up the like, oh, I'm a cool, chill girl, and you can come talk to me when you're having problems with so and so. If she had kept that act on a little longer, she might have had more luck. But she immediately started getting possessive of both Dongho and Jongsu.
Or at least, but with Dongho, at least she was kind of just playing that card of like, I'm not like all the other girls that you're used to. I'm different. I'm something more fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she was. I did appreciate that Haylin was more assertive, and frankly, I could just use more of that in like Korean dating TV and stuff. And, like usually that's my like best girl trait. You know, the one who's like more independent, confident, assertive, can like let a guy down because she knows how to do it and isn't afraid to do it. Like Xi'an, like you could tell it was like her first time like breaking up with someone because, you know.
Yeah, she was
cried.
having such a hard time letting anybody down.
Yeah. I think it's also funny just seeing like how the girls, when they wanted to like chase Dongho or whoever it was, like they had the hardest time working up the confidence to ask out the guy. And that's just a general gender dynamic that I wish would improve as a society. But like,
Yeah.
girls, now understand how hard it is for us guys when you have to actually talk to them and fall in your face. I think Kim Min Sol also had a bit of that like jealous dynamic.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
not
yeah.
jealous, but like, you know, being one of the youngest on the show, you know, obviously the hosts were talking about it. Obviously the show was edited to like enforce this perception of her, but like her selectively hearing, you know, the things that she wanted to hear whenever she talked to
Junso, yeah.
Junso, yeah.
Junso's conversation pre-Paradise with Minsol, like when I know that sealed the deal for me on him. Like, this is a jerk asking, so hey, do you want to go to Paradise? Yeah. Well, I drank whiskey with another girl, but like it wasn't Johnny Walker. I'll drink that with you. So do you want to go? Okay, bye. Are you serious?
Just leading her on.
Just tell her you're not. Yeah, that sealed the deal for me on him. He's going to hell.
Johnny Walker, I guess, got their ad.
I guess
spent
so.
for the show.
Yeah. All right. So it seems like we've already discussed some, you know, best girls. Like we're a fan of Hurricane Halen. I like that. Any other like favorite girls overall?
I mean, Tan Sana, I like. I think she
Jiyeon.
deserves, Bae Jiyeon. She deserves someone good.
She seems the most normal.
Yeah, I like her a lot. And then Kim Haejin.
Okay.
Haejin, the other model with
The other
pursed
model.
lips. I thought she was hot. And I don't know. She didn't seem like a villain necessarily in you know, any of her interactions.
Yeah. Okay, and then for best guy, we're all on Team Teo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure what to make of him in the first episode. Like his first impression was quite awkward. I was like, oh gosh, do we have another
Wannabe Gyopo vibe.
Yeah. Wannabe Gyopo vibes. Yeah. I was like, seriously? But actually, heart of gold. Who knew?
Mm-hmm. Unless, because he's an actor, it's all an act, and he was just playing up the idea of the second male lead that he knows he could be. So he can get.
He's
he
like,
can
please
book more
cast
gigs
me
after this.
Yo, I wouldn't put it past him.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wonder like how much of his shining moments were just like, let me do like an AI generation of all these other dramas I've been on, and like, you know, so there's that.
Which, now that I think about it, Taehwan was also an actor. Like, why couldn't he have? Like he's been like the male lead. He's been the male lead in a BL. Like he has more experience than I think Teo in playing at least the character that's more appealing to the lead in a drama. I feel like he should have come with something more than what he did.
He did the
He was
bare
just
minimum.
too much of himself, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like Kim Tae-hwan, like, I haven't seen his acting credits, Mikhail, so maybe you can vouch for this, but I feel like he is suffering from like pretty bias, and you know,
100%.
for so much of his career he was a model, and you know, women came to him. He didn't have to try very hard at anything in life, and so you know, this is a moment where I think for a lot of these people, honestly, for the first time, the women especially, you know, they're thrown into a situation where they're more on an even playing field with their peers. And so, yeah, they have to act for the first time. What did you guys think of? I'm reading the subtitles when I'm watching this show, and I noticed they use the word curious quite a bit. The word choice curious. Like, oh, I was curious about him.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean? Something in like the Korean language? Is there some nuance there that I'm missing?
You think, Michaela, you think they mean kumkume?
I think when you think of like curious, maybe there's like something more specific that you're like maybe trying to tap into with that, but with where I think most of it's used in the context of something that's just more superficial. Like there's not, it's like, oh, you're interesting, but there's not necessarily a specific thing that I'm trying to find out about you.
Yeah. It probably means I think they're hot.
Yes.
And I want a chance, want a shot.
I'll think of that every time I see the word curious in Korean subtitles.
I'm attracted.
Yeah. They just use it all the time.
Yeah.
In the subtitles.
Right.
I thought the fashion choices of the hosts continue to be weird. I think even the guys could like work on their fashion game a little bit more.
The sweaters, so weird.
Well, I thought it was weird. What is it though? The one girl, she wore like a see-through top with like a neon bra. I was like, what is the fashion choice there? Trying to be like Lee Hyori or something.
I believe that was Idahi wearing that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
somebody's
she's pretty.
styling them.
She pulled it off for me. I did.
Well, she could wear anything and be okay, but I still think it was an interesting artistic choice. Another funny moment, the guys, they had makeup mirrors and were also primping.
So cute.
Room. I didn't notice that in other seasons. I like that Tan Sana had like a real job.
Jiyeon?
That wasn't a model.
Yeah, Baejiyeon. Yeah, she's
Baejiyeon.
a like interior designer or something.
Yeah. Oh, it was interesting. So what? I want to say it was like season. Did we have in season 1 sports cars? I can't remember, but certainly in season 3 for sure. Okay.
Yeah, they had nice cars. Yeah.
I just think it's interesting that that's incorporated into the Paradise dynamic. Like, is it a way to make the guys feel more confident, you know, as they're going on a date? And then to make the girls feel like they're being treated and that they're also like a tier 1 citizen versus like the other plebeians who are, you know, going through the streets with them. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting thing because, like, why would you spend so much money, you know, on a rental car versus just say dropping them off like via limo or something, you know?
I think that's part of the Paradise fantasy, right? That's part of like we're going to this place that is elevated from the Inferno that we just left, right?
And but the car specifically, because nobody has a car in Korea. Nobody has a car. It's a huge status symbol, especially to have like a foreign car, nice car.
Foreign sports vehicle, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah.
I think it would be really fun if a female drove a sports car.
Yeah.
Did that happen one
Didn't
season?
somebody drive? I feel like somebody
No,
did.
somebody offered, but the guy ended up driving.
Ah.
No, automatically your best girl if you're driving the sports car.
If you drive the
for
sports
me.
car, yeah.
Yeah.
What did y'all think of the double date billiards?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I thought that was a
think-
great idea for television.
Yeah, I agree.
Loved it.
It was a good dynamic. And it was, I honestly, that was a moment, Stephanie, like, I don't know what you thought, where it felt like, oh, Sian was finally fed up with
Yeah, Junso.
Junso. Yeah, like, because he was just, like, doing the bare minimum. And
He was
only
being an
cared
ass.
about, like, winning and stuff. And then she was, like, you know, it was just,
But
like,
that's how
so
he
obvious.
is. He's right though, that like that's how he has always been. But she thinks he's hot and it doesn't matter. So I don't like his behavior, but he's been consistent and she's attracted to it. So like
But she was, you saw, I don't know, maybe just the way it was edited, but you saw her, like, very pained facial expressions.
yeah.
Every time she was like, look at what he did, you know? Or
Yeah.
like, you know, why can't you do that? And
Because that's not who he is. This is what happens when you shack up with a beast.
but given that feeling and that sentiment, I would have expected her to be like, and therefore I don't like you.
Yeah, you would think that, but something inside her is like, oh, I need him. He's the number one. He's the alpha. He's hot. That's all it is. And she's going to keep getting screwed by that until she learns a lesson.
If you don't mind me asking, y'all, ladies, if you were on the island, like let's say you were cast on the show, would you go for a beast? Would you go for a nice guy?
I mean, if I have the chance to hook up, I mean,
Am I Sion in this situation? Is it the case where I'm
where
like,
yeah,
where
they
there's
give you a
beast
shot. They're
guy,
interested
and then
in you.
there's like
Yeah, let's say you're alpha
stereotypical
female.
Korean standard guy, and
Yeah.
then there's the accountant. Like,
Yeah, if they're all like curious about you.
yeah, of course, because
You would
it's
do it.
one. It's fun. It's reality TV. Like, I personally would be approaching the whole series as again, not necessarily thinking about what's gonna be like in real life with this person, but what it's like in the Inferno world and the Paradise world.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what we're doing after the show. Like, let's
Yeah.
have fun during the show and then never talk to you again.
Yeah.
Okay, I know we say that we would come in with those attitudes, but I bet it does really like tug on you to be in that environment. Like, you almost can't help but get your emotions involved. That's what seems to be happening to the contestants. So I'm not saying, I don't want to say like, oh, I wouldn't get my heart broken. I might, ending up on a reality show.
Wait. So I just want to reiterate this really quick. So
Okay.
you're saying, ladies, if you
Yes.
were on the show like this and you were the alpha female and you can be with Beast douchebag, you would because the Beast is fun. It's like a stallion you like to ride.
Vroom vroom, bang bang.
Yes, because it's also like specifically. It's hard to say when you say beast douchebag because I feel like we've had a different versions of beast douchebag in this series. Like we've had the Kwangi version, we've had, and I guess technically like the Junsong version in this season where he's like he's a douchebag. He's not a beast, but he is like still kind of that like, the deep voice. Like there are these qualities of him that makes him like more than the standard.
Who are you talking about?
Junsong.
Junso, yeah. Yeah.
The reassuring low voice.
Yeah, I feel like I would early in the show like try to bag him, try to hook up, and then I would probably get sick of him. Like once we're like talking, I'd be like, my tolerance for that kind of BS is so low. So I might end up by myself at the end. But I would give it a shot. I would try to keep my head on straight and just like treat it is what it is. Don't expect like Prince behavior from the beast. Get what you can out of it. So, shall we talk about what couples we like?
This is so hard. After what we just
Wait.
said.
Before we move on to that, I
What?
just want to say, like, one, I'm disappointed for like humanity. Two,
What?
like, we can't be hitting on Cian then, right? Because you're saying basically you do the same thing if you were in her shoes.
No,
right?
no, because she continued to pick him for the whole show when he's clearly like disrespecting her, and like, yeah, she let herself be humiliated by him basically because he's hot. There's a certain line.
Oh, by the way, one other quick note.
Uh-huh.
You know how they had the Polaroid camera there?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny how the tour guide guy,
Jong-hoon.
took a photo of Cian and other nice guy, not a nice guy.
Tail?
Was it? No, it was Jongsu.
Oh,
Anyway,
Jongsu.
like, you know, they were gonna take a selfie, and then the other guy is like, "Oh no, let me take this photo of you," and he takes a Polaroid, and then we look at his Polaroid, and like, he has the worst photo composition. It's
Wow.
like dead space. Like, why did you take this photo? If you just
Waste.
suck at photography, like let them take a selfie. That would have been better. Like that like of all the things that offended me the most, it was that, and then also the way Dong Ho poured champagne when he was in paradise. Like like he didn't tip the glass. He just dropped it
He
down.
just-
and
it
then
was all
like, all
foam.
bubble. It was like,
Yeah. I remember
Like,
that.
what
I
do we
think ever
expect from the
since
accountant.
ever since Jongsu in Paradise did it like a boss, I think they zoomed in on everybody's champagne technique just to see can anybody stack up to Jongsu's example. I bet he's like patting himself on the back during the season as he
I don't think
watches.
it's being a boss. It's just like knowing how to open a door properly. Like it's like
It's not common. I don't know a lot of people who could do it like that.
really, it's not. You just tilt the glass.
Oh no, like how you open the bottle.
Oh,
With
well,
no pop.
I didn't mean the bottle opening. It was,
Oh,
it was
okay.
more the pouring.
Yeah, the
that
pouring
bothered me.
technique. Yeah, that's baseline. We got to know how to do that. Come on, people.
Right. So it was it's the photography and the champagne pouring that I was the most offended on the show. And then third, maybe like Sion and these other douche bros. But
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
So, favorite. So should we just say like what couple do we think might actually have a shot in the real world?
Oh, the couple that's like paired from the same part of town.
Yeah,
Or
Dong Ho and
looking
Adin.
Adin, yeah.
Adin, yeah.
Honestly,
They are the most boring, nice people.
Yeah.
I appreciate how like Dong Ho, he's probably gonna like say things in chronological order about like what happened, and Erin is not gonna rock the boat, and they will be happily ever after.
Oh. Yeah, they'll be boring and blissful. I agree. I don't see anyone else lasting on this show. What about any other couples?
Maybe Haejin and Jonghoon. Maybe it's because it's so hard. Because I feel like if they gave Sion less screen time and we had seen like their relationship a little bit, it would have been a little bit more convincing. But because we didn't really get much from their time in Inferno together. But I feel like at least the way from little things that we saw with them, I feel like maybe.
Junghoon didn't seem serious.
But it's hard because he's like he came in late. He didn't
He
have
could
a lot
still
of
be
screen time.
serious.
We don't necessarily know all of the conversations that they had. Because to be honest, I'm still very confused as to why he picked Haejin over Yujin. But we didn't see any of that, so I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't get barely any coverage. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about couples that didn't actually walk off the show, but like maybe in the background might be a good match? Like if the show had gone on for like a month, are there any other pairings.
A month.
That we
Teo
might-
and all the ladies.
Teo, I know. Teo might be left standing if there were more time, you know. Teo
I
and
don't
who?
All of them. Just a big orgy.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Maybe Teo and
Bijian.
Jiyeon or maybe Haejin.
Hejin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could see both of them being as kind of like not parallels, but like next steps from Xian.
Right. Starting as friends. And then,
Mhm.
yeah, I could see that.
By the way, so it was a little misleading for so many. Well, it was misleading in the sense that a lot of them were models and then they didn't say that they were models. But also in the sense that a lot of the female contestants were formerly K-pop idols.
Oh, yeah.
So Sian was a member of Produce 101 and she looked very different.
Very different.
Back in her early pre-debut days. And
But she was
you
younger.
can-
I mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, there's naturally some growing up to do, but
Mhm.
I mean, you know, shout out to like Koreans, like Korea's beauty, cosmetic surgery industry, because like she's come a long way, and yeah, I'm sure a lot of that is not just due to growing older.
Dang. Well, yeah, I'm not pleased with how over time we're moving towards having more people who are already in entertainment serve as contestants on this show and others. I really want to see like more quote unquote normal people with like varied professions, varied looks. But it seems like over time we're going to get more models, more actors, more idols. Boo.
Well, I think you can look at the casting choices. They're going to women who were like Miss Korea for like whatever
Yeah.
year, or Miss Region.
We don't need
you
all
know.
that. There's plenty of attractive people who aren't in that like category.
Yeah,
Right?
I like the people who are like, you know, functioning adult professionals.
Yeah. I think
And-
for that maybe we go to other shows like Nanan Solo.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. We need to start watching a different show. I
Yeah.
think
Oh,
not-
is that next
we're
up
not
on
gonna
K-Drama
get
Cast?
that from
Yep.
Sigel's Inferno.
Yeah.
Come on.
Losing hope.
That's not what this show. This show was always meant to be hot bods on a beach, maybe touching each other a little bit. Like
A little bit.
That's what this show was meant to be.
I guess. Thanks for bringing us back to earth.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
You're right. Or any other closing thoughts?
I thought season 1, like after the last episode of the season ended, Netflix started autoplaying season 1, episode 1,
Ooh.
and then I fast forward through it. I'm like, man, what happened to this dynamic? You know, like Stephanie, like you were saying earlier, there was more food shots and
Yeah.
preparation.
Uh-huh.
There was greater diversity in body types
Yep.
and professions,
Skin tone.
skin tones.
Mm.
I miss, but like just more curvy bodies too, like
Yeah.
hunky and curvy bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Like my big gripe this season is that all the women were frail pencils with long hair, and the
Which
guys
is
were
so
all red
unfortunate because this
flags.
was the most physicality we got from the women in the past season. Like with the
Yeah.
way they were pushing each other off that buoy.
Yeah,
in
that was
Oh,
the
serious.
last-
That was
Like that was
Actually-
the most,
intense.
that's what
Yeah.
I wanted, but they were so bad at it.
Well, shout out to Sian for lasting multiple
Yeah.
rounds.
Yep.
Also looking incredibly toned while doing it. But like I like gained respect for her, the way she like fought for it.
Yeah.
Held her own. And you know, I would attribute that to her K-pop idol training because they're working hard. Physically, they're working
Yeah.
hard. And I think that's probably where she got it from.
Yep,
You know, being a
yep.
trainee. So yeah.
That's hilarious. All right. Shall we wrap?
Are we gonna watch season 6?
Oh God. Well, season 5, right? Was this season 5?
This is four.
season
No.
5. That's what I meant to say. Are we gonna watch the season 5?
I think that be season 6 is a better question. I think our this is even gonna make it to a season 6, like after this season.
I think so. I think it's steadily gaining viewership.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it. Don't get me
Uh-huh.
wrong. I a lot of things I hated, but I enjoyed hating on it.
Totally.
You know?
I get you. I understand. Yeah, I'll watch. I'll watch it if I get to watch with all of you.
What's this other show you were saying that we should watch that's more realistic dating?
Not in solo. I am single.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems
There's
to bring
also-
in more varied types of people.
There's also Hasanyone, Transfer Love.
Yeah, transfer love. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some shows that are even more intense.
Ooh,
With the-
Heart Signal.
Uh-huh.
They get queer in that one. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, okay.
That's
okay.
the one where where girls can take girls to the paradise.
Hey,
Oh,
there we
hot. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But like, wait. We have to pick what show we're watching next because
Oh.
I love these like trashy, like love at first sight.
Yeah.
You know, Love is Blind, Married at First Sight. You know, the two like shows where like they get married right away or they get married without seeing the person. Like I love those shows. Okay, like do we have like the Korean
Change
version?
Days. Remember?
Change Days.
Ooh, that one is a heartbreaker. Okay, but maybe Michaela, you pick the next one for us.
Me? Oh, okay.
Exchange. Oof. Yeah.
Oh, and it has to be a show that doesn't like take forever to watch.
That's
Yeah,
the
You know,
hard
like
part.
how some like it'll be an hour long. It's like, oh, that could have been done in like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the hard
Like,
part, Peter. These shows we recommend have
They're so
way more
long.
episodes than Singles Inferno.
Yeah, Not in Solo has a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, join us in the Slack for this discussion and let us know any Korean dating shows that y'all are watching and that we should watch next and review.
Especially if there's like hot bods, like
Yes, we hear you, Peter.
moral, emotional growth. Like that's what I look for.
Moral peril.
Might I suggest this show called Physical 100, Peter? I
Ah.
feel like it's-
There's no dating in that. Come on.
We need to combine Physical Peg and Singles Inferno. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we need. But wouldn't that just become Singles Inferno in the end?
I guess there is overlap.
Yeah.
Wrapping up, let our listeners know where they can find you on the socials. Peter.
I'm at DJ Peter Lowe.
I'm at Catchlight27 on IG.
and at PDNIM on the K-Pop Cast Slack. And of course, you can find all of us on the K-Pop Cast Slack.
And if you want to support the show, please consider donating to our Ko-fi. That was super fun. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. To answer your question, Peter, I don't know if I'm going to come back for season 5.
Oh.
We have to see. If there's
So last
another
Singles
Hurricane
Inferno
Halen, maybe.
episode on the K-pop cast then. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Also, side note, Halen found out the whole time it was really bothering me. I was like, she looks like somebody. Who she look like?
Who she look
Realized it's Hyungwon from Monsta X. If you scroll down to the
What?
outline, you could see the picture of the I'm like, oh, okay.
Wow.
She looks exactly like Hyungwon.
Wow.
Yeah, very similar.
That's funny.
And that ruined her for me a little bit because I was like, kept seeing Hyungwon's face for the rest of the season.
Weird.